Um, got the paperwork. That 501c3 paperwork.
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
you got
yeah,
it.
it's kicked in, man. Changing the narrative foundation, man.
Man, I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
And
man. I
now,
have to. It's time to take it up a notch. You feel me?
right, you can only go so far, without that in the system we play in, you can
Yeah,
only go
yeah,
so far without it. But now that you got it, man, it's gonna be like a catapult.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna catapult you
And that's
in the
and that's what I
foundation.
put. That's what we are about. But the main mission for the changing the narrative foundation is uh, investing and pouring into companies like the CEO Youth League, that the community based. That's why I put in the mission statement: community based organizations that do the financial literacy, mental health. Anything that's community based. I'm not trying to fund no big corporation. That's all.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
that's the main mission. So it's going to be, of course, CEO Youth League main sponsor, but we're going to be looking for other groups in communities that do that, and that's what we're going to raise money, and that's what we're going to bring awareness to.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. It's much needed. It's definitely a market for it on that side of Temple,
Yeah,
and Bell County and Texas as a whole,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Really
yeah.
nationally,
Yeah,
you
I
can
was
really
talking to
take
some
it
people.
nationally.
I'm doing a CEO Youth League event late, probably like early September, late August in Cali. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So yeah, we about to take this thing.
Yeah,
It's going national,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I said that nationally is definitely where I can see that at because it's innovative.
yeah,
It's innovative. That's what really when you first broke that down to me, I was like, wow, man, that is on point. How you was breaking down just the statistics for, our our youth and how they are involved and the parents of that youth as well, how we're
yeah,
so involved in just one aspect of the growth and the development of our children, but that one aspect doesn't even have good results.
yeah. And it's like, what are we going to do? This should be alarming. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're
Yeah,
training all our babies to do something most of them will never succeed in. It's crazy.
right,
It doesn't
right.
mean don't play. It doesn't mean don't have a passion for sports. It means you're gonna play sports, but your education, your self, your knowledge of self, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
your financial
Financial
literacy.
literacy. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. All this gonna be in place. You're knowing that your percentage is low, so you're gonna have plan B's and C's, or
That's right.
really plan A's and B's, and that could be your plan C. You know what I'm saying? Like
Real
sports
talk.
should be your plan C.
Real talk.
And
Real
that's
talk.
what I was talking to these youngsters about, man. You need to be great at life. We always talk about being great on the field or on the court. I want you to be great at life. Like whatever you
Real
do, just
talk.
be great at it. You know what I'm saying? Like be the
Right.
majority of your family, even if you never dribble a ball. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that's you know what I'm talking about, because
No,
that's
that's
what you
real.
strive for. That's you know what I'm saying. In your household, you the Michael Jordan, you the Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
That's right.
you
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying. And so that's
That's
the thing.
right.
Like sports are great, man. I love sports, but I just hate the way we tricked in them. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of
Right.
people take it like I'm anti-sports, but I really like my life used to evolve around sports. Like
Yeah.
my day used to go like, okay, if it's a game at this time, I'm not moving to this time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I got away from that because I just got more into tune to things that really affect lives day to day. But I
Right.
still got love for sports. I still check it out, man. Oh boy, got a good check, man. Hey, run it up. You know what I'm saying? Do some smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
still rooting for him. You know what I'm saying? But I
Right.
understand the system behind it. Like Temple got two draft picks.
That's right.
You know
That's right.
that
That's right.
that's great. I'm not knocking that. That's great. But at the same time, let's talk about the 300-400 boys that they played against. I mean, they played with. Not even against. I'm not even gonna count the teams they
Just
played with.
with.
I'm talking about the team that the couple 200-300 people they played with that's doing what now?
That's doing what now?
See, it's not nothing against them too. It's
Right.
me trying to fight for those 300, those 400 that's
See.
half of them frustrated, half of them, some of them a little salty because they think they should have made it, or you know what I'm
Right.
saying, or everybody whispering, "Oh man, you didn't make it. Now you got to go to this factory job," or you know what I'm saying, like, or
Right.
you know. So now that they frustration, now they in the streets, now they on alcohol. That's the part I'm focused on. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's the
Those
part
two
that
over
need
there,
to
I
be
salute
focused
them
on.
and wish them the best. You know what I'm saying? Hope they got some financial literacy too. That's why I tell them even the 1% still need some financial literacy because half of them end up broke because they don't know what to do with their money.
They got to. And that's the shoot. When you really boil it down to it, them two is who really need the financial literacy the
Yeah.
most because they finna come into some finances,
And they're gonna have a
right?
bunch of people. They're gonna have a bunch of people on their neck trying to, hey, an agent here. You see what old boy did? His mama got that 8 million off that couple $100 million contract. That would have went to an agent. That would have went to a lawyer.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They would have went to all that.
Um,
He's like, nah, I'm gonna
Lamar
do this on my
Jackson.
own.
Lamar
Yeah,
Lamar
Lamar Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
And people gave him a hard time about it, but
Because he's breaking the system. You don't
because
supposed to
he's
go against the
breaking the
system.
system. That's right.
Like, who are
That's
you?
right.
If you do that, everybody else gonna do that.
That's right.
We
That's
can't
right.
have
And
that.
he was aiming at, so the other dude broke the system, Deshaun Watson,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
When he got that
Because
fully
he got
guaranteed.
the fully guaranteed.
Yeah.
So all the owners was going after that one owner in Cleveland. Like, man, why you get this man fully guaranteed? Because now that's gonna set the bar and make everybody else want to have fully guaranteed. And that's really what Lamar was aiming after. He did get a sweet contract though. Um, but I'm interested, and I might even do some research. I'm interested to know what other investments and assets that he might be involved in. Because like for example, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, he set up the first Whataburger in Kansas City.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Man, I bet you that mug jumping.
Say,
Everybody know it's his. It's a Whataburger. Whataburger is a Texas thing,
yeah, and
and
now
he
I
from
people,
Texas.
yeah, and the people that's been there, I always talk about, man. I wish that you know what I'm saying. The out of state people that have
Exactly.
do talk about all. So you know what? In about a couple of years, I bet you're gonna have about 5 or 10 of them going around somewhere.
Man, look, and that reminds me, we definitely gotta tap in and circle back to that program we was talking about with the CEO you about the correlating the business with the sports,
Yeah,
highlighting LeBron James, but not for his scoring leader statistics, but
yeah,
more for like his billionaire
yeah, yeah.
statistics and how
I,
much money he made playing basketball versus how much money he made outside of basketball, whether
Mhm.
it was in his any of his investments and ventures.
Yeah. Nah, because that's the important part. That's the part we skip over. Because
Yeah.
what about the 4 or 5? What was it? Three? How many guy? His partners from high school. He made all them
Yeah.
multi-millionaires, and they doing
Yeah.
what now? They got their own business that they making multi. They making people that you see how that chain effect. He didn't go get an agent
Yes.
fresh out of high. He didn't go get an agent
Right.
here or go get here. He stuck with the boys he grew up with and turned
And
them into. So how many families that look like him getting fed now?
he turned his homeboy into the agent.
Yeah. I'm
Rich
talking about,
Paul.
and not no little agent, big dog agent.
No,
Yeah.
big agent.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
they got some heavy hitters over there. And then
Yeah.
we don't even know the people that he didn't hire. And then he didn't
That's
hire.
right.
See,
That's
it's a
right.
chain effect that people see. I always focus on all that. LeBron helped his partner out. That's great. I'm thinking about the people that his partner helped out and that person can help out.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then
Right.
they
Exactly.
just because of what the way LeBron thinks is because if he did like what 90% of, well, probably more than 90% of sports people do, they go get an agent. Where that money start? That money outside the community already.
Right. Already.
That fast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when they
Right.
doing that, what they hiring and building like LeBron did with his chain. They doing what they chain,
Right.
but they doing it
That's
from
right.
us. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's the part that people don't understand. That's the genius. That's the part why I still love sports because I love a lot of things that I understand the system is bad for us, but if we use it, we can finesse it so good. You know what
You
I'm
use it,
saying?
you can finesse it. And what was meant for your evil, you could turn around for
Yeah,
your good if you
yeah,
if you're able to get involved with it, understand it, but then you have to have a love for your community as well.
Yeah.
because without the love for the community, and only if you have the love for yourself, then you
Then you
always
ain't.
gonna get played by the system, because the system was meant to be played together,
Yeah.
unless, or it's gonna play you.
Nah, for real. And that's the tricky part. That's when and that's the part that always kind of hindered us, because even as the ancestors did they uprisings and this and that, it was always some of us that turned against it, that rolled with the system. It's like, and a lot of our people still have that. It's so like a defeated mindset, because it's like
Yeah.
they just so powerful. They got everything. They do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have people say like, you're not gonna win that white. It ain't. I'm already winning because I live life on
Right.
my terms. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because I build with other men like you that winning. Because not because, see, winning is not being the richest of this and that and this and that.
Right.
We winning because every day we operate within our mindset on what we want and our principles.
Right. Right.
So the good, the bad, the big money, the little money, is still we winning because it's just how we
Facts.
living. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Facts. And I was talking to I got a partner who's a brother that does the physical training. I go to his gym and he does like the training, group
Yeah,
setting and things of that nature. Right. I just got into it, man. I really enjoy it. It's like CrossFit type stuff, right? So health, wealth, all that stuff, right? But I was talking to him and he was talking about, dieting and things of that nature. And he was saying, man, like, you know, it's almost like too late for a lot of us to really make specific changes that are really going to take effect in our lives. And I was telling him, he was talking about like growing food and things of that nature. I was telling him, man, this ain't for us. This isn't for us. This has to be for the next generation, because we
yeah,
done been 20, 30, 40 years in a system. If we would know what we knew now when we was 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old,
yeah.
our lives and the lives of our community would look a lot different. But that's not our responsibility to actually flip the community. Our
Right.
responsibility is to inspire and pour into the next generation so that they can flip
That's
the
it.
community. We can only do so much, you know,
That,
but our next generation, they're the ones that's really going to turn the system upside down.
yeah, it's the setup. You know what I'm saying? And we wasn't set up, so that's why we're more individualized, and we're kind of like mad, and some of us bitter because we want to be the ones that got past the baton. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
we didn't get that. It is what it is, but it's still that's our job to become that person who passed the baton. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And that's
right.
what a lot of our people miss the boat, because I'm talking about, man, I talk to like smart guys, preachers, this and that. And when you get down to, I had a preacher tell me straight up, like, I wasn't really worried about the wealth because my kids wouldn't do nothing but blow it anyway. So why, like, basically, why am I worried about building wealth and passing some on to them? They would lose it anyway. And I'm like,
See,
even if they blow it anyway, it was your job to pass it. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like,
right.
it's your job to pass the rock. And really, the more knowledge and the more stuff I understand, you can pass the rock and they can't blow it. You can set it up where it's
Facts.
impossible for them to blow it. And if they blow a
There you
certain amount,
go.
then they just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
There
now
you
you
go. You
turn it
get
into a
cut off.
family office, and then you keep your initiative going another way. Like, so really, they can't even blow it unless you're not responsible and you don't take care of your business. That's really, it's not
That's
even no excuse
facts.
for that now. You know what I'm saying? But
Right, right.
but what I'm saying is the mindset though. That's what's so alarming though. Why, like, so you don't want to pass nothing to your, so it's your fault that why they don't, why would they blow it? That's your, they go, it
Exactly.
comes back to you.
Exactly. Right.
If
Right.
if your kids will blow wealth, then it's gonna always be some, it's never a broad brush, because you can teach them everything and they can still just grow up and blow it. We always know that
Mhm.
that's there, right? But
True.
if you train your kids to understand about, this is our culture, that's why I always say knowledge of self. That's important when you building wealth, because that builds your principles on why you're doing this. It ain't about money. It's about money because we're trying to do this and this and this. It's not about money because we just want to have a bunch of money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The
Right.
system we
Right.
built in, that's what we got to have. There's nothing to cry about. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
It is
Like,
what it is. That's why I commend you, and because you are super active, and you have to be with your vision and where you have the plan and the purpose that you have for your vision, you have to be involved with the community. So you have to, I'm talking about on a daily basis. Me, I get to pick and choose when I
yeah,
want
yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah.
Because if I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? Because I get it too, from
Sure.
here and there, but not as much as you do. As far as that type of mindset of, that individual mindset, or the not building and just temporary, Toyota, we talk about it all the time. Toyota got a 100-year plan. That means they children's children finna be at work. And the thing is, see, back in, like, our ancestors in the tribal communities, it wasn't no, and one of my teachers put me on this. He was like, there was no, like, I want to be a marine biologist, or I want to be a astronaut, or I want to be a fireman. No, you was gonna do whatever your house was doing.
Yeah,
So if your house was real estate, or your house was stocks, or your house was, let's go back. If it was, farming, or if it was hunting,
yeah,
whatever the case, if it was building houses,
yeah.
whatever the case may be, like, you finna assimilate into that and carry on this house name. You see
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that's where them plantations, got it from. That's why they gave us their last name,
yeah,
because we was building their vision.
yeah, yeah. And
We
they
wasn't finna
saw,
do what we wanted to do.
yeah, yeah, and they saw the future of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like Ford, when Ford started the Ford cars, he saw he not seeing what his great grandkids seeing right now. He said
Right.
he set it up though. See, you
Right.
gotta have the pride in the setup. I take pride when
Right.
I say, man, in 100 years, I want to be on that wall, like they look at Walt, or they look at, you know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
that's my
Exactly.
goal. That ain't a lot of
Exactly.
people goal is what can I have while I'm here, and because I can't take it with me. And we hear that all the time.
Yep.
But you can really, it's people that's been dead for 30, 40 years, been running this country with more power than you, and they've been in the grave just because of
That's
the way they set up their trust funds and this and that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It's
Like
true.
it's
It's true.
people that's been dead way more powerful than living people right now.
Yep. It's true. It's
You
true.
know what I'm saying? So when you understand it like that, it's like I can live forever. Not probably not in my physical, but I can live forever
Right.
just by the stuff that I do while I hear the seeds I plant, the institutions I build, and what I leave. That's how I can live forever. I can outlive a lot of living people when I'm gone. That's
Right.
that's a rush for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's real too. I was talking about that with my wife the other day. We were just talking about legacy and things of that nature, and how important that is to know what we actually passing down.
yeah,
To
yeah,
know that it's not just finances, that it's not just material things,
yeah,
but it's that mindset. And even more important for us, it's a culture.
yeah,
Because how I am. I believe, like, we don't even have a culture. I think I heard, who did I hear talking about this? I think it was Yaki Awaken, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yaki Awaken was like, man, that ain't your favorite color. He was like, that's what they told you your favorite color was.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He was like, who told you you need to match? He said, nature don't match. He was just talking about the mindset
yeah,
of
yeah.
how
How we
we've
been
been, like,
programmed.
how
Yeah,
we've been programmed to, like, just have this box and have this certain
everything.
specific way of thinking in every single, like, you gotta have a favorite color. Nah, my
Yeah,
favorite color is everything.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, my favorite color is whatever I'm looking at the
In that
time.
moment, that might be my
In
favorite
that
color in
moment,
this
that
moment.
might be my favorite color, right? And
Yeah,
I ain't gotta match. You know
yeah,
what I mean? I ain't gotta match. Like, I'm gonna wear whatever I feel. You know what I'm saying? If I'm feeling this type of way, I'm gonna put these two colors together. If I'm
that's
feeling this
real.
type of way, you know what I mean? That's part of culture,
Yeah,
though.
just,
But the
and
thing
that's a
is, we was
freedom.
given a culture.
Yeah, and just to think like that, you'll be called crazy, but that's freedom.
That's
That's
freedom.
why every day I challenge thinking. You know what I'm saying? And it makes some people mad, and that's why I tell them, like, when we talk to people, no matter what it is, we all gotta fix, lock in on this is what it is. And half of it's because what we've been told that since birth. And I always tell people, do you realize that you can be told something all your life and it could be a lie? That's possible. You know what I'm saying? I have realized
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's right.
just because you believe it, don't make it fact, man. And that's why I
That's
tell people
true.
I roll with the truth, man. I'm talking about, and I done fell out with family and a lot of people because I don't pick sides. I go with truth, and
Right.
wherever that truth at, I'm that's what side I'm gonna see. A lot of people be like, well, I ain't on the truth side, but we family. I don't care. I'm with the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
Right.
love you or whatever, but whatever that truth is, that's what I stand on.
Yeah.
And I don't budge on that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't fell out with a lot of people because of that. But it is what it is. That's a principle that I refuse to go on
Right.
because, like I tell people, if I'm all by myself, as long as I'm standing with truth, I'm good. I'm uncomfortable if I'm with everybody and it's a lie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not the
Right.
life I
That's
want.
facts.
I'd rather be
Right.
just lonely trying to figure that out on my own, which I have spent a lot of my life as, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In
Right.
rooms, thinking, strategizing, you know what I'm saying? That's why I am the way
Right.
I am, because I spent a lot of days by myself, not locked up, not in jail, but that mindset of just zoned out from the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
so it's nothing for me. As long as I'm with truth, I'm with it. And that's what we need to be like. If we say, like, I talked to Miss Brown. She's a great person to bring up. And then I talked to Mr. Wizard, whatever. But when it comes to like politics, this is just one version of it.
Right.
I can say Trump is not bad. It's not. Trump is better for us than Biden because Biden didn't pass actual laws that didn't harm hundreds of thousands of black people. Right.
Right.
That's a true statement. No matter how you
Right.
feel, it's a true statement. Right.
Right.
And that's what, and that's why I say, because no matter if Trump a racist, yes, I believe. Do Trump care for us? No, but what I just said is still a true statement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of
Right.
us can't break that down where two things can both be true. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Trump,
Right.
Biden, because we taught to love Biden, and no matter what, Trump is the enemy. Even though Biden actually did more harm to us, like literally in laws. Trump don't have no laws with his name on it that imprison hundreds of thousands of black men. He just don't have it. Do I
Right.
believe he loved black people? No. But do he have a law that has harmed us? No. So who's the worst in that situation? I'm gonna say Biden. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
like that's just logic thinking. That's not even thinking Democrat, Republican. That's just what my common sense tells me. But
Right.
we'll fight against that because our belief is Democrat no matter what. So even though that is true, Trump is still worse.
Right.
Not to actually
Right.
had conversation with, like I said, Ms. Brown and other people. And like I'm saying, that right there, we have to be able, and I didn't talk to Ms. Brown like that. That's why I feel comfortable putting her name out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure
Because it's not like a calling her out, and that's the jewel. But we didn't talk publicly about that. But that's what I'm saying. That's the thing that we have to realize. We have to get more complex thinking and being able to
Facts.
say, well, both of y'all enemies, but I rock with you because I think I can win more with this one, my people. Like,
Right.
not that I love one. Oh,
Not
you
that I
say,
love one or the other.
yeah, you say something about Biden. Oh, you must be a Trump. No, I don't fool with Trump either. You know what I'm saying? But what I just said
Yeah.
about Biden is a fact. Like, why are we
Right.
arguing about who I like? If I just said a fact, just answer that fact that I just said, or
Right. Right.
tell me it's a lie and prove to me that it's a lie. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But that's that we've been taught to believe certain ways. We've been taught to believe that. That's why I love talking to people that got different understandings. You know what I'm saying? Different religions, different everything. Because first of all, I lead with respect. So whatever you say you are, what you represent, I respect it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Right. Right.
that's
As
all.
long as you live in it and
Yeah,
not
yeah. As
just,
long as you live in it.
as
Yeah,
long
yeah,
as you live in
yeah.
it.
As
Right.
long as you live
I
in it.
agree.
And that's
I
your,
agree.
hey man, say, because if that makes you a better person, that's the end goal. That's me. When I talk
Right.
to CEO Youth League, I done had organizations not want to support me because I'm not going to hand out Bibles and this and that. That's
Right.
not what
Right.
this is
Right.
about. This is about saving kids if they want to go to church or if they never want to go to church. I'm not,
Facts.
I'm not going to run a
Right.
kid off because of this and that. If a kid want a
Right.
Bible, come on with it. You're welcome to have it, but you're welcome not
Right.
to have it too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Right.
And it ain't gonna be
Right.
pushed on me on what you believe, because even if you want to go drink or whatever you want to do, you can't make people do exactly what you want to do, right?
Right.
So my mission is, no matter what you do, if you're gonna go pop bottles tonight after we talk, make sure you got a safe driver. Make sure you drink responsibly. Like, I want you to be the better
And
version
make
of
sure
whoever
you got
you
some
are, whatever
and make
you
sure
are.
you got some stock
Yeah,
in that
but
specific
yeah,
company.
and yeah, of course too. But I'm saying where I lead at is making. If I can encourage you to start making smarter decisions, it's gonna grow, right?
Sure.
Like I wanted to just get out the dope bank. I couldn't because my life was wrapped up. But I started listening to people about stock. Every day I started doing more and more positive things, and those positive things start adding up. Like now,
Right.
okay, now I want to be a better person. Now I want to do that less, man. I ain't hanging out more. You know what I'm saying? And to
Right.
me, you'll win those youth over coming with that approach than saying, y'all need to stop this now. And
No,
no,
it's
it's a
true.
process. Just start being a better person, and I guarantee you're gonna stop. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Like if I could show you how to be a better version of you, whatever I really want you to stop, you're gonna stop on your own. I ain't even gotta try to force you, because that force
Right.
is when they're gonna rebel against. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. No,
So I
that's
don't want to
real.
force you to stop hustling. I'm gonna enhance. I'm an inner what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna invest in you where you can see that it's better to be over here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm pouring to
Right.
you instead of saying, man, you need to stop hustling. You need to stop that. Like, man, I don't know that little change over here, but let me show you how to get some real money. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
now I
Right.
got his attention. We're not going back and forth about the old head trying to tell me to stop. The older head over here giving me some game on why that little money ain't even worth it. You know what I'm saying? You see how
Right. Right.
and that's the conversation I needed. But the people that told me to stop, I'm like, man, you broke, you working at a job, you barely making it. I don't want to live your life. Like, you know
True.
what I'm saying? I don't want to live your this,
Right.
and this is what kids say today. Like, so if you telling them
Right.
to be, well, you're a hardworking man and all that, that sounds good to you. The kids see you over there living check to check and struggling and this and that. That's what the kids see. Now,
Right.
I don't want that life, no matter how good you say it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Right.
and that's the realization that we got to have, and that's what a lot of people. The book I wrote, I know I've been going on a little tangent, but I'm gonna finish it up and throw it back to you on this.
No, you good.
I've been getting a lot of reviews on the book, right? Just
Right.
on from adults. I wrote it for the youth. You know, I wrote that for the youth, and that's why I
Right.
didn't write
Right.
it so big or nothing. I didn't write it so big, but the adults have told me that like I've been missing the ball with these youth because I've been coming from that teacher, finger wagging, do what I say, the morally right thing.
Right.
And now reading your book, I now see it through their eyes, and I wasn't connecting with them. I was going right, yeah, because we don't want to hear all that. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and they said, man, now your book is. I know you said you wrote it for youth, but the elderly people need to read it because we're disconnected from how they think on a day to day,
Right.
and that's why we like this because we don't understand each other's way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
understand why the
Right.
elderly people say it just like I understand why the youngsters live it. You know what I'm saying? I understand
Right.
both of them,
Right.
but how do we make it work? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what
Right.
do you think about all that, man? I know I threw a lot at you, bro.
No, no, that's real. It's important
What's up,
to
man?
build that. It's important to build that connection,
Yeah,
and it's powerful that you're able to get the elderly people to tap in because ultimately that's who we need.
yeah,
We need elders, we need the mothers, we need the fathers of these children, whether they birth mothers or not, birth fathers or not. We need elderly examples that can be relatable
yeah,
so that our next generation can receive the information and the wisdom that they need the way that they can receive it so that they can go forth and be successful because they're going to get it directly or indirectly from somewhere,
yeah.
you know.
Thing, yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing. So you and I can relate to them where they've been at and some of
yeah,
the things that they've gone through. So man, it's important to just be ourselves
yeah.
whenever we're dealing with our next generation. And
And
that's
just
powerful and that's important.
yeah, and just tap into who you. We all was kids before. We all did something behind my
Yeah,
like tap into that. If you tap into that, you can tap into them a little more. As a lot of us forget that we did some of the worst of things than some of what these kids doing. We just didn't have Facebook and all that stuff back then. You know, like when I was taking trips early 2000 to New York and all that, it wasn't no Facebook. I think I was doing that before MySpace. You know what I'm saying? Like,
real talk.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm 40, so I understand 50, 60, 70 year olds, they got a whole different mindset because they like, well, back in my day, yeah, back in my days too, it was different, but you got to adjust. And when you're trying to figure out a solution, that's you'll always figure out you'll get to you'll do whatever you need to do if you worry about a solution. A lot of people worried about
Right,
this is what I believe, so nah, it can't go off with because
right,
your belief might need to adjust to fix this child. You might not need to push your belief on her. Figure out that child's belief and work with that. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do that
right,
child believe in? What do that child see, and why do that child see it? And then you go with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't tell every kid the same information.
Right,
This kid
right.
might be getting beat at home. This kid might be seeing this. This kid might see death. This kid, you know what I'm saying? Like every kid is a different, and that's what a lot of people can't do. We want to paint them all the same and just teach them the same way and hope they all get the same game, the same information, the same way. And that's a losing strategy.
And unfortunately, you know, I'm gonna preface this thought with this. That's why it's imperative that you are reaching out to the age group that you're reaching out to. Because in my opinion, you know, and I hope I'm wrong, but there's an age group that's done.
Yeah,
They done. You can't get to them.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's gonna be an age group. I don't know what that is. That 24, 23, 22, 21, still kind of living that, still kind of aiming that. Like it's gonna be tough to attack that specific group, and that's the group that's gonna eventually, hopefully, I'll be able to get. You
yeah,
know what I mean? As far as because a lot of times, like with me, the only thing that's gonna stop them is prison. It's either gonna be jail, prison, or some type of crisis.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
um, unfortunately, I mean that's just what it is. But that's why it's important that and Van deal a lot with the teenagers, but even that preteen age,
yeah,
man, if we can start tapping in with them like you are right now,
yeah.
then you're
That's so.
gonna groom them to really go forth, because that's one thing that we don't have in our culture either, is like an introduction to manhood,
Yeah,
or like some type of ceremonial rights to be a man. We think 18 is a man, but and then you got to go out into the world. And
yeah.
I heard your story. You thought what, 12 was a man, 13 was a
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
15 was a
I
man.
was a man. I was a
Yeah.
man at 13. I tell people I had my first apartment and first car. I was 14, 13, turning
See,
14, something like that.
see
Like
what I'm saying?
I used to walk
See what
around
I'm,
thinking I could whoop grown man. I probably would have got the brakes beat off me, but in
you,
my mind, this is how I was living. This is how I
you,
thought. You know what I'm
you
saying?
see what I'm saying? There's no rites of passage.
Yeah, yeah,
That's something we practice in our community. Specifically, it's like a rites of passage. Nah, just because 17, 18 years old, that don't make you a man. Like you got to go through a strict regiment
yeah,
and over a long period of time before you can be considered a man. You know what I mean? And then before you can get treated like a man, before you can get the luxuries and the responsibilities of a man, you
yeah.
know?
Like what
So,
what you saying is a system, bro. Just like business,
yeah,
we don't have a community system. Like
there you go.
I had my guys with the security company down Saturday. You know what I'm saying? I got certified with the CPR. We was doing this, teaching the kids this, all that type of stuff. Like I was just so proudful because that like we don't have that being done by us with certified guys that's certified with executive protection. That's high level security, all the
Right,
way down to certified for national disasters with FEMA and get those contracts. So that's why I'm with them. We going out the contracts like that, from security to FEMA to Homeland, all kind of different stuff. But what they was doing for the community, that's the part that they wasn't even doing. And I was like, say,
right,
we need a community part. We need a community part that we're policing ourselves. That we showing these that from 30. I didn't even know 13 and up you can start being certified for CPR. We need all our babies certified at CPR.
yes,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yes.
we just building a system and a standard
Building a
of
system and
living.
a
When you
standard. Yep.
13, you walking around in 10 years, every child that's melanated or certified CPR. Just that's a small thing. People think
Right.
like that ain't nothing big, but that's a
No,
whole.
that's huge.
That's what I'm saying, because it's the mindset. So if they doing that with CPR, then they doing that with what? Investing. They doing that with what? How they don't understand the family. Just all those different things. Now we just created a
Right,
whole systematic thinking of how this is normal life. Now this is not nothing that's just abnormal. Like that's the standard. Like you 30, you
right.
ain't. Hey, in 10 years they be like, what? You ain't got no CPR. You 14 and you ain't got no CPR.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
that type of situation.
yeah.
So that's what I'm striving for, bro, on everything. A lot of people like, man, you're doing a lot, but it's a way of like if we building our nation, we building our own world. Like this is just living. I don't
That's
feel like
just
I work. I
living.
don't work no ever. I don't work ever. Like
Right,
I just wake up every day and live, and I just happen to be doing a lot of things, but I'm living.
right, right.
Yeah. So
No, that's real. That's 100%. Man, that's so powerful. I'm excited for that.
yeah,
That type of world, that type of community, you know what I mean,
yeah,
where those things become the normal.
normal.
Those, yeah,
It's
those
like
things
we say,
become like the standard.
we got the growing like for the camp. The kids we're gonna be growing and they're gonna leave with a plant. We like I want that normal where every child like what I've been growing since you know what I'm saying. Like me, I ain't see no chickens in no backyard or none of that till I did it. Like I want child to grow up like what I see on youth league. We had our own eggs. We had this. I went out there and fed the chickens. We had bees. Like I ain't do none of this. I'm in my I'm 40. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
I
right,
introduced myself to this. Did nobody introduce that to me? You know what I'm saying? So
right, right,
that's the thing I'm talking about. Just introducing that at 10 years old, you can have a business right now. Like, let's start. And just having that, man, it's a man that's willing to help me start a business. I do a bunch of dudes that would from me some work. Like, I do a bunch of these.
right,
I didn't know
right. Yep.
nobody that I didn't know nobody that would help sit me down and give me some game on how to build wealth and how to do this and how to be a smarter man and how to treat your woman and how to be, you know what I'm saying, how to take pride and
Man,
not
all
doing
the
dumb stuff.
community building stuff.
Yeah, yeah, like, well, we can take pride in not doing dumb stuff. I thought it was real to do dumb stuff.
Yeah.
I ain't know that was dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
the
right.
people that did the dumbest stuff got the respect. So I
Got the
thought that was what it
respect. Right,
was. You know what I'm saying? So just
right,
that whole thing, man, changes everything, bro. So that's what I'm excited about, and that's why I love building with people like you because I know that this is a lifestyle to you. You don't like, well, I don't feel
right,
like it today, so I'm not Michael Lane. You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
Today
right.
not. The pressures of the word. The pressures get to everybody. We all go through it. But at the end of the day, at your core, this is just me. Like
Right.
the good, the bad, the ugly. This is the man I
Yes,
am.
sir.
I accept everything that come with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what's so powerful, man. So that's why I love to see examples like that in the community, like you, man, because you're powerful, and I definitely we're gonna have to get you up, you and Jerry up in that camp. We need you to pull up and holler at them kids, and we'll put a class together or something,
Oh yeah,
or
that's
one of the days for the it's gonna be a 3 week camp, so maybe one or 2 days throughout that 3 weeks, y'all pop up and just have a little session with them, man.
yeah, for sure. You already know what it is. We can definitely do that. We can have a couple. We can
Yeah,
have, you
yeah.
know what I'm saying, phase one, phase two,
Yeah,
phase
hey,
three type stuff.
hey, you know how I am. You know you welcome to anything, but I always say because I understand. Hey, you just let me know how you want to do it. I want to do 1 day a week, whatever.
Yeah,
You already know. Even if you ain't doing nothing, you
yeah,
can pull up. So that's easy.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
for sure. For sure.
but we gonna be there, and you already know that's welcome, man. But what I want to do before we end it, because I know you have some time to go, man. Because I named it just how's life, so that and that's
Right,
basically what we've been talking about. I know we
right, right.
we're gonna talk about real and real. We're gonna talk about real estate and all that type of stuff. But man, you've been on the road. You was at a conference 1 week, and then you went on a trip with your
Oh
brothers
yeah,
1 week, and then
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Your wife just had another little one.
yeah,
Congratulations. You know what I'm
yeah. I
saying?
appreciate
Like
that.
so you've been going through a lot, man. So give us a recap of this last month, man. This whirlwind you've been going through, man.
Man, just stretching.
Yeah, yeah.
Stretching and getting stretched, stretching your mindset. Like I said, I started this new exercise regimen with this guy named Bryce. He a solid guy. It's at 5 a.m. in the morning, man. They be pushing. So, and I always been somebody that, want to challenge myself in that type of way. I always been like, go to the gym type stuff,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
man, changing up my whole diet, it just changed my whole life. Like I feel like I'm vibrating at a whole nother level with being able to be a part of that. And then I went to the internet I went to the Independent National Convention.
Okay.
All right. So the Independent National Convention was powerful as well. It's basically like it's basically a bunch of people that have their own groups,
Mhm,
but now they want to come together and take down the system
mhm.
type stuff, right?
Yeah,
So they call it a duopoly. So the duopoly is what you was talking about earlier. It's the Democratic and Republican, right? So their ideology is it's a duopoly because it's really a monopoly because it's really only one group of people running that whole thing, but they
yeah,
give
yeah,
you two options,
yeah,
right? And then they don't reward the candidates or whatever, or whoever is, pushing to make change, in the nation or in their specific community, they don't reward them for changing anything.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they only reward them, or they have better, reelection, probability if they don't do what they say they're gonna do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just how that system works. You know what I mean? So you got a bunch of different small organizations that. Oh, and I gotta tell you about this other connection that I met out there. I sent you one,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's
Yeah. Yeah.
another one.
Yeah.
It's another one. It's another one, right? So I went out there and I met some powerful people, got some great connections and things of that nature. There was this one guy who who got involved in cryptocurrency about 5 or 6 years ago.
Uh,
He said he turned $100 into 1 million.
whew.
He said he turned $1,000 playing with another. He said he was playing with it. He didn't even know what he was doing. He
Yeah.
was playing with it. He said he turned $1,000 into 10 million. So now what he does is he tokenizes communities.
Mm.
You was talking about that. I think you was on a panel for like AI and
Yeah.
blockchain and things of that
Yeah.
nature, right?
Yeah.
So this man he know how to tokenize communities,
That's dope.
okay, on the blockchain, right? So he working with Texit right now.
Mm.
So Texit is an organization that is trying to get Texas to establish itself as a republic and get away from the United
Yeah.
States.
I can say succeed. Yeah. That
Yeah,
was.
succeed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They want to succeed, and it's a lot to that. I didn't know it was that much to it because you got like Social Security, you got all type of stuff
Yeah.
going on, like healthcare, all type of stuff going
Yeah. It's,
on.
yeah. It's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot, right? But he created a crypto currency for Texas
Oh. Okay.
called Texan. You know what I mean? So now they are able to trade and goods and services within a small community because they have a specific token, within that community so that they can, build wealth that way.
Yeah.
So that eventually once they do succeed, or if and when they do succeed, they will have a specific type of currency. They don't have to use, exclusively the US dollar type stuff, right? This man in Belton.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he in Belton. I was like, man, where your office at? He was like, it's on Pearl Street. I was like, oh snap, I'm gonna have to come tap in with you, and bring some of my associates. We're gonna have to get a consultation from you or whatnot. He was like, yeah, I'm about it. I'll send you his YouTube as well. But
Yeah.
he's tapped in, like, he's way tapped in with that whole technology space and things of that
Yeah.
nature.
Man.
Um,
Yeah. I
also
definitely
spoke with
know.
Yeah, yeah. Also spoke with some other. I gotta get you these other. With the baby and stuff. I've
Yeah.
been.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's another company out there that's a decentralized media platform.
Mm.
Okay, they can also get you funding to produce the movies, but they do it through group funding. So, and then they sell it on the platform outside of YouTube, outside of social
Yeah.
media,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then all the people that funded your movie, when they sell it, they get a piece of the profits type stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And so much more stuff with that. You know what I mean? But it's a decentralized media platform.
That's dope. Nah.
It's man, a matter of fact, it's called Produce. Prodoose. That's how I spell produce. Like Prodoose. Media or something like that. I got some information in my
Yeah. Yeah.
file
Okay.
for it, right? And then man, it was so much out there. It was another people called like Exit and Build, where you like exit off the grid and they teach you how to build off the grid. As a matter of fact, they got a huge community in Bastrop.
Hmm.
A
Okay. That's
huge
already it's a
community.
few hours away. That ain't far.
Right, a huge community in Bastrop where they teach you how to basically, if you want to build with hemp, they teach you how to do that. They teach you how to, build infrastructure and be able to basically survive outside the system type stuff. Man, it was just a lot of great information at that.
that was the one you went to in San Antonio, right?
That was in Austin. It was
Okay,
3 days in Austin. Yeah,
okay, 3 days in Austin. And,
right.
and then you went. When you went some
And
you and your brothers just went on like a little brother like trip like situation.
nah, it was a a feast day or an appointed time. You know, we definitely believe we the people of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And from our perspective, and from standing with truth, we know that the in that Bible is Black history. It's African spiritual
Yeah,
systems. It's not what we've been shown it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like church, man, our people didn't go to church.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We had communities.
yeah, yeah,
That's what church tries to mimic, the community. Just like they stole our names, they stole our culture, they stole our spirituality, right?
yeah. And formed it out.
Try to try Yeah, yeah, they put mayonnaise on it and gave it back to us.
Yeah, yeah. And we fell in love with it and took
And
it.
but that's the same thing with like soul food, you know what I'm saying? We took what we because we're a spiritual people, period. You know what I mean? Just period. We're just a spiritual people. We're gonna reach for something spiritual.
Yeah, yeah,
That's just, how we were, in our DNA and our genetics. Um, but we did the same thing with food, you know what I mean? Like they gave us the scraps and we made delicacy out of it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Uh,
Just
chitlins or whatever the case may be,
yeah.
right? But
Just they're just
but
in our natural state to just what I'm saying.
right, right, right. Right, right. But to circle back, yeah, we went and that was a very serious time for our community, for our tribe, on a national level to come together and observe this ancient African spirituality like ceremony, so to speak, like rite ceremony, like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah,
which is crazy because it's in the Bible, but they teach the people that believe in the Bible that you don't have to do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And just think, and I'll jump off of this real quick. Just think, where do you think they got like if you look in like Haiti and even parts of the Americas, Louisiana, things of that nature, you see people practicing voodoo,
hmm
right? And they call it bad. They say,
yeah,
"Oh man, that's evil. That's wicked." You know what I'm saying? That's the devil, right?
yeah,
But they see, they might see like an animal getting killed. They might see some blood
yeah,
getting tossed. You know what I mean? That stuff's in the Bible, man.
yeah, yeah. Nah,
That's all. That's,
they they tricked us, and we've seen it. Well, I was studying about it. They actually call it Badoom. You know what I'm saying? It just got turned to
that's it.
but yeah, because why? Because they taught us to have that. We don't realize everything we think is we're taught to think that way, and we don't.
Yes,
I was told don't question this, don't question that, and
that's right.
it was just something inside of me that I always said, well, why I can't question it? Like,
Right,
is it bad to ask a question about it? So even at young, but most of us, it never somebody say don't question it, we just don't question it because why?
right,
We just told not to question it. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And that's
right.
the programming because why? They was told. Like I told my mom, I used to always tell my mom, like, you used to whoop us if we didn't want to go to church. Grandma used to whoop you if you didn't want to go to church. Great grandma used to
Exactly.
whoop if she didn't
That's
want to go to church.
right.
And the slave master used to whoop the ancestor. Then
That's
we
it.
still passing it down.
We're still passing it down.
You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? Like we got to understand that all of our actions we were taught. You know what I'm saying? Like our people were
Right,
taught to do everything we do. We were taught. That's why when you step outside of it, the ones that don't do that, you're woke. They got look.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
this or you're that type of. It gets
Yep,
funny now. You want to make it like we're the funny one. Like I used to tell people all
right,
the time when I used to see the Malcolm X. I was told that that's funny, man. They crazy X. Then as I got older, I'm like, shit, they got more sense than me. I'm the one walking around with the white man last name. You know what I'm saying? Like that make more sense as I got older. But I was taught that they was dumb for doing that. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
that's what I'm saying. Just the teaching, man. And we gotta make it cool to just think
Think
logically on your own.
logically. That's right.
Just think
That's
logically
right.
on your own, bro. Like
That's right.
I don't want to tell you what to think. I want to give you some things, put some display out there, and you make your best decision, man.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? You know
So
what I'm saying?
So yeah, we went and did that, and then we just like like if you were to go to a tribe in Africa, there would be certain things that that tribe would let people see outside of that tribe, but there would also be certain things they won't let them see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because those specific like rites and rituals or ceremonies are like very sacred, so they really conceal those things. You know what I mean?
Gotta
So
earn
a
it.
lot of that stuff, some of that stuff we might post. You know what I mean? Looking fly stuff like that, but some of that stuff, you know
You'll
what I'm
never
saying?
see.
It's
Yeah.
you'll never see.
Hey,
You
hey,
know what I mean?
if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? If you was there, you
Yeah,
was there. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But we went out and visited one of the other tribes within the nation land, and man, we just got to see how they developing it. You know what I mean? You talking about like 50 families living on a developed land with aquaponics, RV park where they live at. You know what I'm saying? Just like
That's powerful,
all
man.
type of stuff like a gun range, shooting range,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Gardens, greenhouses, you know what I mean? So it was just really inspirational to be able to see, boom, like, okay, this where we going right now. Like this where we going. We separate. That's what really holy mean, man. People think holy mean like your actions and stuff is really set apart. When from an ancient mindset, like if I was like, man, I'm holy, that means like I'm set apart. I'm not part of the system.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
set apart. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
That's
yeah.
powerful, man. I salute y'all. You know that you know that's what it's all about, and everybody should do that in their own way. You know what I'm saying? But that's what that y'all setting a standard. Like that's
Right.
like the kids that's coming up around y'all. This is normal to them. It's gonna be a kid
Man,
over there on the east side of Temple that would be like, huh? They doing what? You know what I'm saying?
right,
But that's the normalcy. That's the you know what I'm saying. So I salute y'all on that, man, because y'all building your own world inside this world, and it don't get no freer than that. You know what I'm saying?
right,
It don't get
right.
no freer
Yeah,
than that, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But I know we can wrap this up, man. Give us some last words. I just want to say, I salute you. Good to see you back, man. I see you doing good.
yeah,
You ain't
yeah.
family, man. Like I said, tell the wifey congratulations
Will do.
and I hope the I think Precious say she sent a couple things or something. So I hope y'all got that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, for sure. We
Yeah, but
appreciate that, man.
yeah,
Real
but
talk.
no thing, man. But yeah, end us out with something, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you know, one thing that my one of my teachers told me was there's no such thing as because I'm dealing with all that. I'm dealing with the new baby, having to take care of the wife and things of that nature while she heal up best of our ability. I didn't even get into business.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The stuff because you remember last one time we talked, I was like, man, we all in right now. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
then it hit dice, right? Oh man, I'm gonna tell you right now, Tony, we all in right now. I'm talking about all the way in. Like it's
yeah,
got to hit.
yeah.
This one got to hit. I had to send Jerry. Jerry was looking at me a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, man, this is it right here. We pushed all the cards to the table, but I had to send him that old Damon Dash Breakfast Club scene
Yeah,
where he was going in. He was like, man, when I was in the streets, man, you know, if you had to borrow something, it was on consignment. You know what I mean? Other than that, like I was like all in. You know what I mean? Like all my money was in the streets. They was like, "Well, you got money now?" He was like, "No, man, my money's all in the streets.
tell
It's
people that, man.
all in the streets."
I know it's scary. It's not as you know. It's not as. But that's my life. That's why I live the way I
Real
live.
talk,
Like,
real
yeah,
talk,
no,
real talk.
but yeah. So you had to let them know that's what we got to do it.
Man, that's like we got to do. I told him if you want to build a business on debt, you know what I'm saying, we can do that in the future, you know what I'm saying? But right now, man, we ain't never used no debt. It's people that use, hundreds of thousands, $1 million of debt, you know what I mean, to build a business. We in our going on our fourth year. We haven't used no debt. We
Yeah,
always use our own cash. And sometimes it's been, I think one other time, it was when we was like all in, like push all the chips to the table. Right now, we in that place again, to where we just pushed all the chips in the table, and when it hit, man, it's gonna hit, and then we're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, gravy. We can kind of slow boogie again. But my point with that was saying like my teacher tells me that there's really no such thing as work-life balance. It's never gonna be a balance. So
facts.
what we got to do is, so the advice I want to, share with wisdom I want to share that was shared with me was just make sure that it's quality. Even if you get 5 minutes with your wife, if you get 5 minutes with your wife, make sure it's the most quality 5 minutes that it can be.
Yeah.
right? If you got, an hour with your children, just make sure that it's the most quality hour that it can be. You know what I mean? So don't always search for that work-life balance, but search for that,
Quality.
quality time and whatever it is. Don't not the quantity of time, but the quality of the time is what matters.
And I salute that, and I want to thank you because that's what you told me about mine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Always ago, you told me that you like just start focusing on the quality of it. And I swear, and I told her that I said my partner, and because I don't, I be going 1,000 miles per hour, but
Hundred things.
I find hours and I find days that I got time, and that time right there, I'm gonna just dive in. Like
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like I get to
right,
everything else later, and that's better than somebody just sitting around each other for a week straight, but really ain't did nothing quality, ain't kicked it, ain't you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So I got what
Right.
you said on that. So I'm following him saying that. So I appreciate him saying that
Yeah,
again to
yeah,
y'all. You know
man.
what I'm
It's
saying?
powerful. It's
Yeah,
powerful.
yeah, that's dope, man. Well, I
Mhm.
appreciate you, man. I'm gonna let you get to life, man. You know what I'm saying? Once again, congratulations on the new one, man. And much success. And I'll be talking to you soon, man. And we'll see y'all
Yes,
again
sir.
next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I should be able to be on time next week too.
Oh yeah, you good, man. Hey, we gonna whatever life says. Hey, we on time
Yes,
every time
sir.
we link up. That's all
Yes,
that
sir.
matters.
Already. Well, peace and blessings.
All right,
Shalom
man.
to you.
Blessings, shalom.
All right. All right.